Welcome everyone to the Albert and Billy Show here on WAT Radio and Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV. And don't forget you can watch us on BTC Fiber YouTube. Get on there and subscribe. We want you to subscribe and check out all the shows on BTC Fiber on there. I'll start with the birthdays before I forget, Papa.
It's a good idea.
And I'll start out with Miss Lola Sales. I want to wish Miss Lola, belated happy 80th birthday. Wednesday was Lola's 80th birthday, so I hope she had a great birthday.
We gave her a party at church.
Did you?
Cake and all.
Oh, ice cream too?
No, but they made me eat a piece of cake. They brought it to me.
Made and they said, you better eat this, right? And also, Lola and Cliff share the same birthday. I did not know that until just now.
Yeah.
So happy birthday to Cliff Fowler with Ember's Ice Cream Shop, one of our sponsors, and of course Nicaro Antiques here. And also happy birthday on Tuesday. It was Mark Swafford's birthday, Dina's son. So happy birthday to Mark, Lola, and Cliff. And I hope all you guys had a great birthday as always. And let's see what's going on this weekend.
There's
Probably all kinds of
Southern.
Is there?
Got a couple of them in there.
Okay, well, we'll have to talk about them. I have a feeling you might be involved in some of that, right?
No.
No? Okay.
I just read it.
Well, you gonna be in the Christmas cantata? Because that's one of them. You will too. You'll be like, ain't you a narrator?
I have not been asked to be a narrator, Vera. You keep bringing that up.
You don't want me to bring it up to you?
I don't know.
Well, you've done it before.
I have done it before. Let's say that. Let's leave it. Let the sleep the dog fly. I do know I have been the orator before. That does not mean they'll ask me to do it this year.
Well, true. And you won't lose no sleep over it.
Well, they have asked me to sing.
Oh, well, maybe that's why. I didn't know that little tidbit, Papa. Yeah, you have to come check this out for sure then, folks.
They're desperate.
It says all those who love to sing, especially Christmas music, are invited to join the community choir as, well, you'll be up there, presenting the Christmas cantata. Can't believe we're already having to talk about Christmas, but it's just around the corner.
First, early in December, about the first week, I think.
Oh, yeah, you're
9th,
right.
10th, 11th.
9th, 10th, and 11th. That's when it'll be, folks. Let's see. Noel is going to be the name of it. And it'll be, like Papa said, the 9th, 10th, and 11th. I'm trying to find the time. Well, let's read it here. Anyway, it's going to be at First Southern Baptist, and it's at the Family Ministry Center, and which is right here on Main Street, folks. Copies of the music and practice CDs will be provided for area churches. Wow, wishing to practice on their own. Well, that's nice.
Well, they're wanting people to sing from other churches to participate in a Christmas cantata.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's a good idea.
I like that.
It's community choir.
Exactly, I like that. So, let's see, on their own, then come together as a community to perform, as you were saying. So anyone wishing to sing that is not affiliated with a church can join First Southern's practice. They practice on Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. in the sanctuary. So don't give a time on the cantata yet, probably closer to time. For more info, though, people can call 447-2849 and ask them the time.
Secretary's name is Jolene.
Yep, Jolene, be ready for some phone calls. Okay, let's see here. And you said there's a couple from First Southern.
I've got one over here.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see.
No, I don't have it over here.
Oh, you don't?
I left it over there.
Well, I'm looking.
It's the Wild Game Dinner.
Oh, here it is, right here. It's been a snake and a bit me, folks. The Wild Game is back, it says. It's going to be on October the 8th. So that's coming up.
Won't be long.
Well, a couple of weeks. It's the Men on Missions Wild Game Dinner. It's back this year at First Southern Baptist Church. Like I said, right here on Main Street. The event is being held in the Family Ministry Center once again on Saturday evening, October the 8th. This year's speaker is Ethan
Rodrigue.
That's a
And let
different
me tell
name.
you, he does not hunt with a gun. He hunts with a bow and arrow that he makes.
Oh, cool. So you've met him.
He's done a grizzly bear with that bow and arrow.
Whoa.
A grizzly bear.
Dang.
He is
That is crazy.
good.
Apparently so. I don't know if I've ever heard of that.
But he's going to be the speaker, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and it's usually you'd think maybe Rodriguez. I was about to say Rodriguez.
I have pronounced their name Rodriguez.
So you usually say on that.
Jolene corrected me. She said it's Rodrigue.
Rodrigue. I've never heard that last name, but
He's a very talented person.
He must be.
He is very
kill a
talented.
grizzly with a bow. That's pretty impressive.
He's played the drums in a choir before.
Really?
Yeah. He's just
He must have a lot of different talents.
He has a wife named Trina, and they have a daughter named Kaylee, and Kaylee's got a husband named Grant, and they have 2 children, Easton and Ellie.
Oh, I like that.
Easton and Ellie.
Easton, that's a cool name.
It's very unusual.
It is, isn't it?
I've got his picture on my refrigerator.
Do you? I'll have to look at that then. I'll check it out and see all your pictures on the fridge. You got a few on there probably now, don't you?
Oh, I've got a few.
Well, so First Southern's got it going on, folks, right now, but that's on October the 8th. And what says Ethan Rodrigue with Stick Boys? So that's what he's...
I did not know about that.
Okay.
Stick Boys, I don't know about that.
Don't know about Stick Boys yet, folks, but they're going to be there. He is a big game hunter, sportsman, and veteran. Seating will be limited. Tickets are $10 a piece.
No, they're not.
Oh, they're not?
I wrote over that.
What'd you put? Oh, 20? 20?
That was a typographical error. Because it says per table $200.
Oh, yeah, it
10
does.
times 10 is 100.
Okay.
10 times 20 is 200. So she got half of it right. So I corrected that.
Good job, Papa. It's $20. That's true. $20 for one ticket. Now you can get a table of 10, and if you get that, it's $200. With proceedings going to the Mental Missions Community Projects. Tickets will be available at the church, and they will also be available at Sales Building Supply on Main Street. Once again, for more information, call 447-2849.
And I would advise you to get a ticket early because the seating capacity is going to be limited this year.
Oh, okay.
Very limited.
Yeah, and it always sells out pretty much, don't it? Yeah, you'll have to get your tickets early, folks.
There's, it didn't list door prizes, but there are door prizes.
Oh, I bet.
And I've never heard Ethan speak, but his presence bespeaks wisdom.
Oh, really? So you've been around him
like I say, he's not going to be talking about China or Russia. He's going to be talking about sports and hunting.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he's going to make it applicable to us as men, that we ought to be, as Christians, we ought to be hunting lost souls. I don't know that. I don't know that.
Well, that was good, Papa.
If I had been asked to be the speaker, that's the way I would apply it.
Well, I actually like that. I can't even aggravate you on that one. That's pretty good right there, Papa. Well, you got some announcements, don't you?
I do.
All right.
Citizens Tri-County Bank is going to have a celebration, and it's going to be their 50th anniversary as a banking institution. They're in several counties. I don't know how many banks they've got.
I don't even know now. A lot.
They've got several. But locally we have one, the Citizens Tri-County Bank. It has a branch here in Pikeville.
Yeah.
I happen to know the
you know Boss Hogg up there, don't you?
I know her too. She makes all my bad checks
my mom and his daughter.
But it's going to be October the 8th. Hey, that'd be the same time as that.
Well, I bet theirs is all day.
There's going to be an afternoon.
There we go.
All day long. It starts at 10 o'clock. They have the celebration remarks. Then the festivities begin from 11. They are from 11 o'clock until 2 o'clock. And those festivities, I don't know what all is going to be included, but they're going to have food food trucks. They're going to have barbecue, feta cheese, cheesesteak, tacos, kettle corn. Cookie jar dessert is going to serve the meal, and the meal is going to be paid for by Citizens Tri-County Bank.
Ooh, and the cookie jar, I've not ate there in a while, but it's good.
I have not eaten there in a good while, but we've been there several times, and
Yeah,
they're going to have door prizes.
Oh, that'll probably be good ones too, folks.
So they're wanting you to come, but that's October the 8th. That'll be on a Saturday, 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah, and a lot going on that Saturday then, folks. A lot.
Yes. Now, there is also tomorrow, there's going to be a charity ride for Sherry.
Oh,
and
yeah.
this is going to...
It's a good event.
It's going to have a caravan going down the highway to Lee Station. So they're advising people to be careful. How many people are going to read this and they're going to say, I better be careful?
They better be.
They want you to watch out for that wagon train, because the wagon train will be moving. But they're going to have breakfast in the morning, and it will start at 7 o'clock, and the breakfast will continue till 9:30, and the cost is $10. And they want you to come and enjoy breakfast with them, whether you're going the trail ride or not.
I like that. I like that.
But anyway, they want you to be sure and be there, because the proceeds for this money that will be provided by the ticket sales goes to the Bledsoe County Cancer Care Team.
So it's for a good cause once again.
I see on BT Survivor 18, Channel 18, I see Ruth Burton. She's the chairwoman of that committee, and she makes an appeal to people to support the efforts that they put forth, and this is one of their drives that they aim to do.
You're right about that.
I remember Sherry.
I know. I think she was on Valley Views talking about it. Was that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've seen her on just
different ones.
Just a regular time.
Okay.
But they're going to leave the fairgrounds at exactly 10 o'clock, and they're going to go down to Lee Station. They're going to go through the river to Cable's Farm, and then they're going to go on down to Wesley's Chapel, and then they're going to return back to the fairgrounds. So it will be a several-hour ride.
Yeah, it really will be.
And so if you enjoy getting out and letting your horse roam, well, this will be a good opportunity to do that. But you make a donation. If you are a trail rider, you make the donation at the gate.
Okay.
But if you come and eat the breakfast,
you need to leave it there.
Make a donation there.
Yeah, for sure.
But they want the motorists to be careful. I'm sure these motorists that read this. Also on October the 1st.
Yeah, that's what, next week now?
That'll be next week.
God, this is crazy. I cannot believe it's already here.
There's going to be a historic downtown Pikeville, and let me tell you, the downtown Pikeville today was jammed.
I know.
It was crammed.
Yes, it was. Well, the dentistry from the heart,
well, it wasn't
which
just
is still
dentistry.
going on. Yeah,
there was a lot of other activities going on, a lot of other provisions made for people that have health issues or want to be aware of the health issues they don't have.
It's pretty cool that they brought all that stuff in now. You know, used to it was just the dentist. Now it's a lot of other things. That's a good thing that they're doing.
Well, I'm glad the eye centers, that we have a local branch here now.
I know.
I'm glad they were there.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, this fall festival is going to be in historic downtown Pikeville. I wonder what Pikeville is so historical about. Do you know who Pikeville is named after?
I do not.
Well, Carolyn and I went to Colorado Springs with her brother.
Clyde.
And we went to Colorado Springs because that's where the Air Force Academy is located, and we went to visit his son.
Okay,
and
Charles.
when we were there, we went up Pikes Peak.
Oh, wow.
The same fella that Pikes Peak is named after is the same fella that Pikeville is named after.
Oh, what about that?
Zebulon Pike.
Wow. Nope, didn't know that.
So do you learn something today?
Apparently so. Yeah.
Now this event, this fall festival, is going to be from 9 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock that evening.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you have 10 hours of activities
Yeah.
to entertain you.
It's an all-day thing.
It's going to be live music all day long.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be vintage cars and trucks set up for you to examine.
Oh yeah.
There's going to be tons of door prizes.
Yeah.
Now,
I like that.
I know how much 1 ton weighs. 1 ton weighs 2,000 pounds. So it says there's going to be tons. There's going to be all kinds of vendors set up to sell with their wares.
Yeah.
I'm
It'll
sure
be
a lot
good
of
food.
I'm sure a lot of it will be just food.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say the farmer's market will probably be jam-packed
I'm sure it'll
too
be
that day.
jam-packed. You know what an artesian is? They're going to be artesians.
Well, I don't want to say because I don't know for sure, so I'm going to let you tell me.
Well, at one
It's like
time
an
I
artist?
can remember. Well, whatever it is, if it's a goldsmith, he will be showing you how to make gold jewelry or things like that.
Okay.
If it's a man that works on horseshoes, he's going to show you how to shoe a horse.
Yeah, that's true. They do that out the mountain festival too.
Yeah, so artisans are those that have an art
Yeah.
that they want to show you how they do it.
Well, I like that. That's pretty cool.
And there are going to be demonstrations by these artisans showing you how they make whatever they make. But I remember one time we had one that worked in gold, and that's what he did. He showed how he made.
Oh man.
Vicky, your mother makes jewelry.
Yeah, that's true. She does. Yep.
There's going to be
Silver.
home decorating. There's going to be fashion jewelry. And there's going to be all kinds of organizations set up to tell you what they do
yeah.
and why they do it. There's going to be a kids zone that is new and improved. I don't know what the old one looked like. But I do remember
fine,
the kids
I thought.
train. They're going to have a kids train.
I do remember that.
And there's going to be a puppet show.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's always good with that. And there's going to be that cornhole tournament.
Cornhole tournament.
I'm going to figure out what they call that cornhole. And you always like the 3-on-3
I know,
basketball.
because that is new, the 3-on-3 basketball.
And they're going to have much
I like
more.
that.
Much more. So come and see who the awesome DJ is that's going to be here.
I know, I keep forgetting to ask. Do you know, Brody, who the awesome DJ is going to be?
I have no idea.
I don't either. I mean,
I'm
we
sure
keep
they're-
saying, I don't even know who
I'm
it's
sure
going to
they're
be.
keeping it a secret for some reason. Because if it
Yeah, they could say the name and they don't. So.
Well, if it were someone that was well known
Yeah, we
over
know
TV or
about
something like that, it would get more people here if they put the name down.
True, true.
So I don't know why
Must be
they
a
keep
surprise.
why they keep on doing that.
I don't know why I keep forgetting to ask. Because I want to
Anyway,
know now. But
That's-
that's a really good event, and that might be something to consider next. I wonder if we should. Have we ever filmed at the fall festival? That might
No.
not be a bad idea. We'll talk to the producer and figure all that out, but that may not be a bad idea. A lot going on.
I remember we did Halloween service.
The Boo Bash, we've done the Boo Bash several times.
Boo
but
Bash, that's what
are
it was.
they even having it this year though? It's been.
I've not heard a word about it. And then
Not either.
October's here next Saturday.
Yeah, that is true. Boo Bash drew big crowds.
Yeah.
It really did.
They lined up.
They did. Yeah. So I've not heard nothing about it. You'd think we had by now, but if they are having it, please let us know. That's for sure.
No, they'll want us to be the judge.
Yeah, we filmed it that, bro. We're the judges.
Don't let us know.
Well, it's trivia time, Papa.
You should get some of these.
Well, okay. Nice to know.
All right. What do you call the center of a hurricane?
The storm.
See, that's one you got right. If you better not get this next one wrong.
Okay.
If I give you the first name Mark, can you give me the last name? Mark who?
Well, there's Twain.
Okay, I was going to say Shania.
I know. I would have definitely had known right then.
But
for
I'm
sure.
glad you got it just with Mark.
I did, yeah. He's famous. He has a lot of good stories,
But
don't
Mark
he?
Twain is not his name.
Oh yeah, you know his real name, don't you?
Samuel Clemens. The reason he changed his name to Mark Twain, he was on a Mississippi riverboat. And
Oh.
when they would put the boat into shore, they would throw out an object that would see how long it took to sink, so they know how close they were to ground level. And so whenever he heard one of those men that threw that object out say Mark Twain, meaning 2 feet,
Really?
he liked the sound of Mark Twain.
I do too.
And so he changed his name to Mark Twain.
What about that? I would have never guessed that.
Well,
He picked a better name, though, that's for sure, than Samuel Clemens. I mean,
all
what about
right.
a boring name?
Who says on television, on westerns, "Make my day"?
Go ahead, make my day, because I'm Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood. So you're 3 for 3.
On the road.
Now you better get this one too. What famous biblical character had a whale to swallow him?
Jonah.
And 3 days later, Jonah.
Yeah.
He coughed him up, spit him up, burped him out.
But that was a long 3 days.
I've heard. Listen, I've heard people ask the question: did he die while he was in that whale's belly?
What?
The
Oh.
depiction of that being in the Old
I don't even
Testament
know.
was a preface to Jesus being in the belly of the earth for 3 days and nights, and Jesus was dead.
Okay.
I believe this is pure Aboriginal. I believe that Jonah died. I don't believe he could live in that whale's belly.
You would think so. That'd be a long 3 days.
And I believe he came back to life, and the
When he
the
spit
whale
him out.
spit him out. That's just pure Aboriginal.
That's probably.
The Bible doesn't tell me that.
It don't really say, does it?
No, it just says that the whale spit him out, and boy, when he hit that beach, he was running. I would have been too.
Yeah, I think you're right on that.
What Western actor always used the word pilgrim?
Hmm.
Very popular Western actor.
Okay.
Had a swagger.
I bet my lifeline don't know this one. I'm gonna guess John Wayne.
Yeah, John
Oh,
Wayne.
phew,
I
good.
don't know where he came up with pilgrim. That's not applicable in a Western.
No, it's really not. It's not. But I think I do remember him saying that.
All right, let's go back to the Bible just for a minute.
Okay.
Give me the name of a young teenager that killed a 9'9" tall giant.
David. David, yeah.
What was the name of that giant he killed?
Shoot, I know the name, but it's left me. Goliath.
Goliath.
Yeah.
Goliath was from Gath. And when David crossed the little branch to get ammunition for his slingshot, he picked up 5 smooth stones, knowing it only took 1 to kill Goliath. Why did
Well,
he get 4 extra ones?
Just to make sure he killed him, I guess, because he's so big.
Goliath had 4 brothers.
Oh
Goliath
man.
had 4
I bet they
brothers.
were giants too, wasn't they?
Yeah, I'm sure they were. That's just Aboriginal.
Well, if you're right, that makes what he accomplished even more impressive then.
He didn't kill all the other 4, but all the other 4 giants got killed
Oh,
by
okay.
Israel.
Oh, okay.
All right. Which song, very famous person sang it, which song begins with "I'm dreaming
Bing Crosby, White Christmas.
of White Christmas"?
Well, I'm on a roll, I tell
That's
you.
that's what thrust him into the spotlight, into being
Oh,
famous.
well, that's what he's best known for. And he's done a lot of things, but it always comes back to that.
What man said 77 years ago?
Dang it.
He was a president.
I bet my lifeline don't know that one either. do you?
He was president during the Civil War.
Oh my God.
And he's
Boy,
on
where's
his,
Gail at
he's
today?
right here. He's on his way to make a speech after the Civil War's over.
Is Abraham Lincoln?
Abraham Lincoln.
Whew. Okay. I didn't want to get that one wrong.
And he's on his way on a train, and he knows he's going to make this speech, and he scribbles those words on an envelope.
Wow.
77
Didn't know
years
that
ago, our
either.
forefathers brought forth on this continent. You know.
I didn't know that.
Okay, boy, you've learned a lot today.
It's been a history lesson.
That's all the trivia I have.
No way. Boy, I aced it today, folks.
Let me tell you something. I made a confession. Vicky took me to the foot specialist
Yeah, yesterday.
yesterday. And I made a confession to her the other day that I was running short on trivia questions. I said,
You
I've
made
only
that
got 2
confession
weeks.
on here.
I've only got 2 weeks supply. And she said, well, Daddy, if you just cut it down, just use 4 a week.
Yeah.
But I'm using 8 a week. So I got busy this week, and I worked crossword puzzles to come up with answers to. I have worked my way all the way through February.
Dang.
I've got all of October, of the rest of September, all of October, all of November, all of December, all of January, and into February.
Dang, you did real good then. You must have slayed them crossword puzzles, Papa.
That was a work. I had to do it, but I didn't have to do that many. But I got to work in crossword puzzles, and I like to do that.
You do like at least you enjoy doing that, though.
But it takes away from Bible study. I think it's a sin.
You know the Bible inside and out.
No, I don't know the Bible inside and out. If I did, I wouldn't study.
If there's a chance for anybody to know it inside and out, trust me, it would be Papa, folks.
Aw.
It really would be. Well, we're going to take a quick break. And
you heard him say quick, Brody.
Yeah. Once we come back after the commercial break, we'll have some sports, of course. Lots going on in sports.
I've got some sports that need to be announced.
We're getting ready for the big Tennessee-Florida game tomorrow.
Yeah, but we're getting ready.
Sequatchie tonight.
Sequatchie tonight.
I know it. That'll be good. So all that's coming up, and then of course some good old Albertology after that.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
I bet you did. That's all coming up right after the commercial break, folks. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Dunlap Mercantile, located in the heart of the beautiful Sequatchie Valley at 15664 Rankin Avenue in Dunlap, Tennessee. Stop in today for some Mayfield ice cream or a cup of community coffee, and if you're interested in renting this venue for your event, call 423-949-2552. Stay tuned to DunlapMercantile.com for concerts and events coming to the Dunlap Mercantile in 2021. God bless.
All right, welcome back, folks, to the Albert and Billy Show here on Channel 18, BTC Fiber TV and WUAT Radio and BTC Fiber YouTube page. And you can go to our Facebook page. I always forget to plug that, the Albert and Billy Show Facebook page. You can get on there and leave comments and like it. We appreciate that. And check out our Facebook page. You can also go to the BTC Fiber Facebook page and check out everything going on Channel 18 BTC Fiber. So good job, Billy. I remember. I want to thank our sponsors. I'll have to do it quickly, but I want to thank them anyway. Thank you to Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance, Scotty's, Janine Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, Michael Walker. Thank you guys. Farm Bureau, Matt Massengale. Thank you, buddy. Nickel Antiques, our closest neighbor. You got to come check it out too. We always say that, but we say it for a reason. It's a cool place. Morgan Brothers, along with the venue and the Bank Walker Brewery. State Farm Insurance, Nick Smith. Thank you, buddy. Milldown Outdoor Adventures. It's Timmy and Michelle Campbell. It's Lola's, and well, she just celebrated a milestone, her 80th birthday. So she also has her store right here on Main Street, and it's always nice in there, isn't it? Yes. She's always got a lot in there. And Collier and Company, thank you, Michelle Collier, Realty, Remax Realty, Cindy Nipper, Dexter's Barbershop, The Butter Dish, Bill Wolf, Lee Station Baptist Church, Southern Pearl Florist Home Decor and Gifts. That's the longest one, the hardest one to say. Hilltop Meats, which is right by It's Lola's. Have you checked that place out? You'd like it.
I told you I took them some brownies.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, that's another thing. If you sponsor our show, you get spoiled by Papa's brownies. And Seashore Getaway, We had Adriana on here as a guest just a few weeks ago, and she can hook you up on any travel arrangements that you might need.
She wants
definitely hook you up.
She wants you to give her some business.
That's right.
She wants you to
And I
travel the
like
world.
the travel agent. Like, they do all the hard stuff. I don't like booking trips myself. Get a travel agent. They do all the stuff that we don't know to do.
They do the legwork.
It's well worth it. It's well worth getting a travel agency to do it. Well, Papa, let's talk some sports of all sorts.
All right, I'm ready. I heard a pretty good golfer say this week, LIV Golf is here to stay. LIV Golf is the
That's the other one
that's over in the Middle East. They've got the money backing they put their money where their mouth is.
Is that on?
And they're saying, quit fighting us. And in fact, this week, their CEO is in Congress trying to get some pressure off the LIV, but put on by the PGA.
Well, I mean, come on, they should have known the PGA was going to fight back. They should have been prepared for that.
Well, what they're saying is there's room for both of us.
Oh, okay.
And they're putting purses to encourage golfers to be there to participate because they can win more money if they win their tourney.
I know, so that goes, I don't know, that kind of takes away the argument. There's room for both of us. I don't know about that.
They've got their foot in the door.
They've got more than their foot in the door, I believe.
Because they're paying these golfers astronomical sums of money to join with them instead of the PGA. But what these professional golfers want to do, they want to hold on to both.
Of course they do.
They want to participate in whichever tourney they want to.
Well, the PGA's been around a long time. They don't want to leave it.
Well,
this is something new. They're probably thinking, what if it folds? What if it don't pan out?
Well, we've tried other basketball leagues. We've tried other
football,
and they don't make it. So
no. So this, I don't
let them run their course.
Yeah,
let them run their course.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, in college football, Tennessee made the headlines this week. Josh Heupel is the Tennessee coach.
Mm-hmm.
They extended his contract by 1 year.
Yeah.
And they gave him a $1 million raise.
Wow.
$1 million
means they want to keep him.
I can remember when I got $1 a raise a week, and I was tickled to death at $1 a week.
Well, trust me, all these people make way too much money with all the problems in the world, and then they're playing games literally and coaching games, and they're getting paid way too much money to do it. That's a fact.
This raised his level to $5 million a year.
Dang.
But that's a long way from Nick and Kirby.
Right. They make way too much.
They make more than double what he makes.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's got to prove himself a little bit more before he gets.
Before he can get to their level, he's got to be able to beat them.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think he's the right man for the job, but it's a work in progress.
Well, they would not have given him a $1 million raise if they hadn't had confidence in him.
They see hope. I see hope for the first time in 10, 15 years.
Well, if they win tomorrow,
I hope they do.
It's going to be a feather in his cap.
Yes, make me feel a lot better.
We don't beat Florida too often.
Not the last 10, 15 years, that's for sure.
Nor Alabama, nor Georgia.
I know. And we need to start beating them.
Last Friday on SEC Now, I heard one of the commentators, his name was Chris Daring.
Mm-hmm.
He said that before the season is over, the name Hendon Hooker will be promoted for Heisman Trophy.
I would love to hear. I hope that's true.
I said on your last week that we've heard of Alabama's quarterback and different ones, but not Hendon Hooker. But this man,
he's making a name.
He says you're going to hear from him.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this coach that Tennessee's got is clearly an offense guru. He knows his offense. And I'm sure the defense coordinator is taking care of the defense mainly. But this guy is definitely, he specializes in offense, which really the recruits like that.
The drawback to this situation is good coaches get to go where the money is.
I know.
So I'm sure he won't be satisfied with a $1 million raise.
No, not if he starts
If
getting
the
some
school
wins
offers him
against
$3
them.
million more to come, that's
Yeah.
nearly double what he's getting.
That's the only problem. Tennessee will have to pony it up.
That's
They're gonna have
if
to.
they want to keep him.
Yeah,
They'll have to pony it up.
they will.
All right. Last week our results in the SEC: Georgia won, Alabama won,
Yeah.
Kentucky won. Kentucky's slipped up to number 8.
Dang.
They're number 8. Arkansas is number 10. They won.
There's 2 more in the top 10.
Well, we got 4 in the top 10. 4 out of 10.
Man, that's impressive.
Tennessee won. They're number 11 now.
Oh, good. Good. I like that.
Ole Miss won. They're
Yeah.
number 20.
Can't remember who
And they shut
beat.
out Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech, that's right. That's right. They beat them.
LSU, with no ranking whatsoever, beat Mississippi State.
Yes, and they look good doing it too.
Texas A&M just barely got by Miami,
Which Miami's kind of back to the old Miami a little bit more this
but
year.
they just got by 4 points. But they're number 24.
I'll tell you what, I didn't know. I was afraid they was going to lose to Miami too, and it was going to
It
be.
looked like it.
Yeah.
And then Florida they just barely got by South Florida.
I know.
10 points.
So they better play like they did against South Florida tomorrow. Like
Vanderbilt
Georgia.
won their 3rd game.
They did.
Northern Illinois.
Oh,
I
we
don't
talked about that game, didn't we?
Okay, and Mississippi won. They doubled the score on Abilene Christian.
Who did now?
Mississippi State, Missouri.
Missouri. That's right. That's right.
Penn State did another job on Auburn.
Boy, I know it. Penn State must be back. They
I'd
must
say
be
they are.
back. They've been missing for a long time though, since Paterno days.
But the SEC won 11 games and lost 3.
Well, I said that's a good week.
That's a good week.
Absolutely.
All right. Last week, Tennessee used 3 quarterbacks in their game.
Mm-hmm.
Milton looked good. He looked good.
He did.
I don't think there'll be any problem when Hendon Hooker leaves.
I don't either. I think, and he'll be even better by then.
But Akron is not Florida. No, they're not Alabama.
No.
They're not Georgia.
Good point.
But anyway, we'll have to see what happens.
But I have to say this though, at least Tennessee did stomp them like they should have. You know, in years past,
And
we've
they-
been squeaking
and-
by teams like this.
And they let the subs play.
Yeah, I like that. Well, Jeremy Pruitt, these games weren't happening.
No.
We were barely beating teams like this.
But tomorrow, Tennessee's favored to whip Florida.
I know, and I hope that comes true.
Well, Florida's still not ranked.
Yeah, I know.
Tennessee is.
Yeah, we should win.
In the series, Florida leads 31-20.
And most of those wins have come on this 15-year timeline I'm talking about.
Well, Spurrier started all this.
He sure did.
I'll tell you what, I never had. I have bad dreams about Steve Spurrier.
I know it. And he's from Tennessee to beat it all. From
Okay.
Tennessee and coached at Florida.
In baseball, Aaron Judge has 60 home runs.
Is he the one that's about to break the record?
The record in the American League is set by Roger Maris way back.
Mhm.
And the record in the American League is 61. He only lacks 1, but today's the 23rd day of September.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have much time left.
That's what I was worried about. I mean, it's winding down, isn't it?
Well, he's got plenty of time, but the thing about it is crunch time is here, and so you try to maybe force the issue just a little
Probably
bit. Because
so.
every time he steps up there, he's not trying to get ahead, he's trying to get a home run.
Of course, because isn't he retiring after this year? So that
And
adds
I don't
to
know
it.
that. I don't
He
know that.
is. So that because he's 42, they said, and he's retiring, and that adds to the pressure.
That adds to the pressure.
Yeah. So I hope he does it.
But whatever will be, will be.
True.
Somebody said that one time. Oh, it was in that song, Que Sera, Sera.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay. Tampa Bay's quarterback. Now, what's his name?
Gee, what's his name? Oh, Tom Brady.
Guess who he faces Sunday?
Who?
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, that'd be a good game.
That was going to be interesting.
Mhm.
You got two super quarterbacks
Yeah.
facing each other, and both are experienced.
Yeah, they are. That'd be a good game.
That'll
right
be
there.
a good game. So we'll see which one wins the draw.
I know.
In baseball, I'm sure you don't remember Maury Wills, but Maury
No.
Wills was a base stealer for the Dodgers.
Oh, okay.
Every time he got on base, they expected him to steal a base, and he did.
Because he was fast.
He
You gotta
died
be
at
fast.
89 yesterday.
Oh, well, dang.
89.
I know it's going to be something depressing, but we need to
If you
acknowledge
lived-
that. He's
if-
legendary, apparently.
He was a shortstop. If you live to be 89, there's one thing that's positive.
Mm-hmm.
Of the 10 Commandments, the pivotal one is number 6. The first 4 have to do with you and your God that you serve.
Mm-hmm.
The next 6 have to do with the relationship on the horizontal level here, you and me.
Yeah.
If you live to be old, that 6th commandment has a promise: honor your father and mother, that your days may be long on the earth.
Yeah, you're right.
So if you
You don't
live to
think
be a
about that
long
very
age,
long.
chances are you honored your father and mother. Maury Wills must have.
Wow. Well, you're on a roll today, Amy. You're on a roll today.
These things just, I had not planned to say that.
That's
Okay.
the best part.
Last week, Roger Federer announced that he was going to call it quits.
I don't remember when he said, is he doing it now or?
He's got one more tournament, one more
man.
match left. But he's played for 24 years. He's played 1,500 matches, and he's decided my wife and my 4 kids they want more of my time, and
Yeah.
I'm ready to call it quits.
Well, he knows he's ready. Then that's. I wish he would. I was hoping he was going to say, I'm going to play one more year and retire. I so hoped he'd do that. But,
Well, that leaves 2, Djokovic and
Nadal.
Nadal.
Which Nadal has 22 majors now, I believe, and Djokovic and Federer at 20.
20. Okay.
So it's so
there's
close.
one more out of the mix now.
I know, but I don't. I mean, those are the 3 best players of all time. They really are.
3 GOATs at one time.
And that's so amazing about it. But I
Because you
feel
can't
for the
pick
other
out
players.
one and say that one is
No.
the greatest.
And it's so rare that they play in the same era, though, Papa.
Yes.
I've never seen that before.
They're competitors.
Don't you feel bad for the other players on the ATP tour? I know I do.
Okay, I've got 2 more items that I want to talk about. Number 1 is tonight, Bledsoe County
Bledsoe,
against
Sequatchie, baby.
Sequatchie County.
7 o'clock kickoff time, folks.
I don't know which one's favored to win,
I don't
but it's
either.
home. It's a home
Yeah.
game for Bledsoe.
I think Bledsoe's having a good year considering they lost some players from last year and the year before, but they're doing good.
Well, I think this game tonight will be a very important game in the
Always.
grand scheme of things.
Always, yes.
But anyway, the BTC Fiber organization is going to serve free hot dogs,
Oh, cool. I like that.
and that's complete with a bun. Not,
God bless them.
not just the hot dog. You get the bun and mustard. While supplies last.
That's right. That's right.
I don't think they bought 1 pack of hot dogs. You know, a pack of hot dogs has 10.
Oh, it does?
A package of buns, 8. Go figure.
Well, that's about stupid, ain't it?
That is stupid. Looks like the meat profession or the bread companies would get
it
together,
together.
and they would have either 8 hot dogs in a pack or 10 buns.
You would think so. I mean, that's just common sense.
So that means you got to eat 2 buns with no bread. Robert, I had 3 things. Celtics coach has been suspended, the basketball coach,
For what?
for 1 year for having an inappropriate relationship with one of the staff members.
Oh, dang, I didn't know this. Whoa.
And it may be more than a year, but right now that's what they dished out. 1 year suspension.
Oh, man.
And so one of the assistants is going to have to step up and be the coach.
He's a good coach, too.
But anyway, inappropriate. Any kind of relationship that's got to be kept secret is inappropriate.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. You're right.
I've never
There's
had
another one. You're on a roll.
I've never had an inappropriate relationship.
Well, that's good. That's good. I played the fifth. Just kidding.
All right,
Maybe.
this is my last item in sports. Robert Sarver, owner of the Suns and owner of Phoenix, he has been suspended for 1 year.
Well, dang.
Listen, he's been fined $10 million.
Good Lord. What did he do?
Because of, well, racial remarks.
Oh, I didn't
Racial
know that
remarks.
either.
And but LeBron James says that's too lax. $10 million in 1 year suspension. LeBron James said it should be worse and heavier than that. But what he's had to do, what he's chosen to do, he's put up both of those sport franchises for sale because he doesn't want his private life, to be a distraction to the team and the operation of the team. So he's put up both of those.
Oh, wow. That's huge. I didn't know that.
Mercury, Suns and Mercury.
Yeah, the one will be in the WNBA then. Well, surely somebody will buy both of them. I'm sure they will.
Well,
that's
they'll
crazy.
probably realize an opportunity to get them at a cut rate, just help them get rid of them.
Absolutely, and the Suns are a stacked team right now. They're having a good season, so it'd be a good investment for some billionaire out there.
Well, that's all I have. And
when did he say that, though? I didn't know that either.
I didn't read it.
Oh, okay.
I heard it on television.
Dang.
All right.
That's 2 NBA coaches in the same week. That's a little crazy.
Well,
Or an NBA
I'm
owner.
sure that when somebody gets power or money, they feel like they are above the average.
They do.
Maybe above law, and I can do whatever I want to do.
Oh, yeah. We're seeing that a lot in everyday life right now.
And I had a young boy, I say young boy, a young man, compared to me, a young man, tell me that he could get something done if he had $10,000 by his opportunity that he wants done, as long as he can come up with $10,000. That shows you there's some people that are illegally doing whatever they do.
Yes, they are.
You can buy it for $10,000.
I know.
I'm not going to call his name, bless his heart. But anyway, he told me that this week.
Really?
Okay, on Monday, this is Albertology now. On Monday, we saw the funeral procession take the body of Queen Elizabeth from to take it to Windsor Castle.
Yes.
It was a trek of 23 miles, and it went very slowly, and so the cameras followed it all the way.
No offense, but it was actually really boring to watch.
But the streets were lined with people. My pastor said there were millions of people, but I heard an objective view by one of the people from Britain. They said there were 250,000 people lining the streets during that 23-mile procession. Be that as it may, 250,000 people is a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
But those people were crying because their queen, their monarch, had died.
Yeah.
They were showing their affection for this woman that was their leader politically and literally. She was the lightning rod. She was
the face of that country.
She gave a good representation of her country.
Yeah.
She did nothing at any time to be detrimental to the position that she held.
And when you think of England, I mean, she is the face of that country. You do think of her.
She was. And her tenure went from Harry S. Truman all the way to Joe Biden.
No.
She outlasted a bunch of presidents.
She sure
70 years.
Wow.
Her tenure lasted 70 years.
So now it's up to Charles, isn't it? He has a little bit of temper. He's not quite as nice as she is.
No. But anyway,
it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
It's going to be interesting. I'm like you.
Yeah, because he's not as friendly.
on the subject of on the subject of corn.
Yeah.
You didn't mention corn, did you?
We talked about cornhole tournament though.
Yeah, we did. When you see fields of corn, that is field corn. What field corn is raised for is to feed livestock. That's not the corn that you eat. It's not the corn you buy in a can. It's not the fresh corn you buy in a grocery store, which is sweet corn. What you see along the roadsides is field corn used for feeding stock. And much of that corn is exported. Our farmers raise more than they can sell here. And they put it on the market and it goes overseas.
I've never thought about that either.
But let me tell you what they use corn for. Do you realize that part of the gas that you put in your car is got corn?
Really?
You didn't realize?
If I did, I forgot about it. I mean, it kind of sounds familiar though. Maybe I did know that. But it's kind of crazy though.
But it shows up in grocery stores. Listen to what it's in. Salad dressings, potato chips, carbonated beverages, peanut butter, cereal, baby foods, baking powder, and meat products. That's what corn goes into.
Man, who would have thought corn was so important? And
I had no idea. But what you see is used to feed livestock. And the fuel that you buy at the gas station powers cars and trucks.
Yeah.
10% is all that they can put in the gasoline to stretch it out. It's called ethanol.
Oh, okay. So that's corn.
They've got to tell you that you're putting part not gas.
Yeah. Yeah. They do have to tell you that. That's true.
But anyway,
they don't always, but they're supposed to.
That's something about.
Yeah, and I might have something to add to it eventually, but then again, I may not if I can't find it.
All right, now I want to talk about drive-ins.
Drive-ins, wow, there's not too many of them around.
There's 300 that's still in existence.
Good for them.
In Tennessee, there's 12.
Wow.
The nearest one to Pikeville is Sparta.
Oh, Sparta. Okay.
It takes you an hour to drive to Sparta.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go to
Kingston has one. Those are the only ones I know of.
Well, Kingston, you can drive there in about an hour. But Kingston was not listed.
Sparta would be a little bit closer, though.
But anyway, the first date that I had with Carolyn, we had been seeing each other in that I would go to her house. And we would talk at school, and we were boyfriend and girlfriend. We'd hold hands in the hallway, and I never had got to kiss Carol.
They were a courting, folks. Or courting.
we were sparkins, what we call
sparking. That's a new one.
You never had heard of that. But anyway,
I thought I was doing good by saying courting.
Anyway, one day Billy Everett asked me if I would like to double date with he and Marie Nairmore, if I would ask Carolyn out. I said, well, we've never had a date. I don't know if her mother would let her go or not, but I said, I will ask. So I called Carolyn and I said, Carolyn, will you ask your mother if we can have a date tonight? She said, well, I'll ask her. She's 15. Some girls don't date until they're 16, but I've talked to several people that were married before they were 16 years old.
God.
But anyway,
that's kids.
Carol and I got married when she was 16. That's 2 years.
It's a wonder that y'all made it.
She did not know what she did not know what she was doing. But anyway, we went to the drive-in theater with Billy Everett and Marie Nairmore. I never did know what the name of the movie was. And I didn't pay any attention to Billy Everett and Marie Nairmore, but I found Carolyn. That's
what are you and Danny over there doing?
I got my first kiss at the drive-in theater in Dayton, Tennessee.
Really? So Dayton, okay. So then Dayton was one of them. Then
Dayton had them. Dunlap had one.
I remember it well. I miss it.
But anyway, that's where I got my first kiss.
Well, hell, you stud, you.
But anyway, there's 13 in operation in Tennessee. There's one in Memphis. Malco is the name.
That.
They have 4 screens. They have room for 900 cars.
Good Lord, that's not a small drive-in at all.
No, but what made drive-ins popular again was the virus. because a lot of theaters shut down.
Oh yeah. So yeah, they benefited from that. That was smart on their part too, Papa.
Yeah. But anyway, drive-ins are.
I hope they never go away completely though.
This one man said they're part of vintage America.
Mm-hmm.
They've been around for a while. Now I want to talk about Sequatchie County just for a minute.
Really?
Sequatchie County has hang gliding.
Oh yeah, and they've had it for a long time.
They are the hang gliding
Capital of the world. Just
no, of the East. This article?
Oh, has it been
This
changed?
article came out of the BTC Fiber magazine.
Are we still the pumpkin capital of the world?
No, not of the world, but we do raise a lot of pumpkins.
Well, they used to
But at
call
one
us
time
that.
they said, well, at one time maybe we were, but we don't.
It's all went away, ain't it?
We don't have that title anymore officially. But anyway, it's called the hang gliding capital of the East. The reason that hang gliding is so popular here, some of the 200 members of the Tennessee Tree Toppers organization says the reason those hang gliders can hang and glide is because of a factor called ridge lift. It is in effect in Dunlap coming off that mountain.
Yeah.
Ridge lift.
Really?
That's what they call it. And it's not uncommon for a person living in Sequatchie County to walk outside in their yard and see somebody hang gliding overhead.
I mean, I've seen a lot just going down the road.
One of these men that belongs to the Tennessee Tree Toppers, his name is Dan Shell. He says this is as close to flying like a bird as you can get. He said it's not
I guess
uncommon
so.
for me to come eyeball to eyeball with a vulture or with an eagle.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
That'd
Weird,
be
but
cool.
Yeah. Not so much the vulture, but an eagle, yeah.
Do you know that eagles mate in midair?
Well, they're talented.
Well, I want you to learn that. If you learn nothing else, I want you to learn that. Also, Sequatchie County is noted for those coke ovens.
Yeah, we've been there.
We filmed down there.
We did.
But that original coke oven museum was built in 1902, and they rebuilt a replica of it.
Yeah.
But the
It's
original
nice.
was built in 1902, and some of those coke ovens are still there.
I was about to say, didn't we see some of the original ones?
We saw some of the
I thought so.
Okay.
It's cool to go there if you ain't never been there, folks. It really is a cool place to go see.
It'd be worth your time to go.
It is. It is. I was gonna. Well, I'll talk about. Just remind me, and I finally found the article I was gonna say.
Before I get to
on
jokes, I've got one more article I want to talk about.
Okay, well, I'll
This
say
fellow
after
by the
this.
name of John Steinbeck.
I've heard that name.
He's most noted for writing The Grapes of Wrath. That was an article.
Okay, so he's
that
an
was
author.
a book that he wrote. It
Okay.
turned out to be a movie that Henry
Yeah.
Fonda played in,
Right.
and it depicted a family of Okies from
Is he
Oklahoma.
Jane Fonda's daddy?
Yeah.
Oh.
It depicted a family that, because of the Dust Bowl in Oklahoma, driving them out, and they heard about California, the promised land, that all you have to do is drive out there and you can pick oranges off the trees and make a living. But now later, the governor of Oklahoma said all that was a bald-faced lie, that nothing was true that John Steinbeck wrote in that book. But John Steinbeck was a very interesting man. He started out in the San Joaquin Valley in California, watching those fruit pickers pick the fruit off those trees.
Oh, so it makes sense now.
Then he stayed out at Stanford University. While I told you one time why
He must have been very smart.
I told y'all why Stanford University is there.
Yeah, you did.
But then he went to New York for a couple of years, and he started writing in 1935, the year I was born, 1935.
Okay.
That was also the year that Social Security started. Franklin
Really?
Delano Roosevelt. But
Yeah, he'd done a lot.
he wrote Tortilla Flats, The Red Pony, Of Mice and Men. Of those three books, Mice and Men was the most famous one. In 1936, he was hanging around folks that were farming in California, And he decided to write about the Dust Bowl, and he wrote that book, The Grapes of Wrath.
So a lot of that might have been from his personal experiences then?
It was. It was what he wrote was what he saw.
Okay.
And the governor of Oklahoma didn't see it that way, but he didn't like the depiction that John Steinbeck gave.
That's all it is. He didn't like what he said, so it probably was true.
But he won the Pulitzer Prize.
Oh wow! That's like the biggest prize in writing.
You better believe it. But anyway, the movie was a hit too.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I can't say I've ever watched it.
I can remember seeing the movie.
Really?
I remember reading the book too.
Grapes of Wrath.
Books are more interesting to read than watching the movie.
The
movie can't tell you every word that the book has.
Well, that's true. It's just so hard to. Well, you like to read, but
oh yeah,
it has to be a dang good book for me to read it.
It'd take you a while. During World War II, he took some assignments overseas, and he still continued writing, but none of his writings ever approached Grapes of Wrath. But anyway, he died at age 66.
Oh,
Steinbeck,
that's young to die.
He was a character.
What do you mean by that, Papa?
Well, he made a name for himself. I'll put it that way.
He must have been pretty wild or something.
I want to tell you some jokes, and these are from the book that someone gave me. Someone named Emily.
Oh, thank you, Miss Emily. Oh, but I was going to tell you though, before you do jokes, I'm glad I did say something to you about the vaccine, okay? Because, people can do what they want, obviously.
You better let them.
Well, no, you can't. Yeah, you gotta let people do what they want. You can't force them either. And of course, you can't force them. Here's why. There's something all of a sudden going on now with athletes. A lot of athletes are dying throughout the country, or some of them are being brought back. A lot of them have died.
Really?
Yes, and the
notable.
I'd have to read the article again, but some in high school, some in college, but
they trace it back to taking the vaccine.
It's from the vaccine, and it's instead of sudden infant death, they're saying it's like adults, but that's what it's from, and that's why I was only like, don't do more because you're okay. Because
I'm not going to do any more.
No, because what I'm saying is do what you want, folks, but they need to know what they're doing, and that's the problem I have with it. They don't know enough about it.
I would think if your doctor recommends you to have it, you'd be all right to do it.
You would think so. You would think so. Yeah.
All right. To celebrate my retirement, my wife and I dined with a friend we hadn't seen in years.
Okay.
The next day, he sent us an email that included, I hope it was an honest mistake, he said, "How wonderful to see both of you aging."
Oh,
instead
wow.
Of again.
Oh, gosh.
Aging is pretty natural.
Yeah, I hope he meant
we have
else.
our class. We have we've been out of school 69 years. We're going to have our reunion tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Okay.
Tomorrow, and some of those
what time?
Kids, it's going to be at 11.
Yeah, they're going to look a little different.
Some of those kids that I haven't seen all these years, I'd say I'll look different to them, and they'll look different to me.
You. I think you'll have a good time at that. What time is it again?
We'll have to be down there at 11 o'clock.
You'll have a good time.
I heard an older woman complain about her aches, but her friend went up to her and she said, "I woke up this morning and thought I was dead because I could feel no aches."
That's pretty good now.
Nothing hurt at all.
She didn't know what to think.
This kid walks about 5 years old, walks up to his daddy and wants his daddy to tell him about the birds and bees. And the daddy says, "I will tell you if you tell me about tweeting first."
I can guarantee you that's a conversation that has happened somewhere.
Now listen to this one. A guy sees a beautiful woman at the other end of the bar. And he sidles his way down to where she is and he says, "Where have you been all my life?"
It's on.
She says, well, for the first half of it, I was not born. Put him in his place.
Burn.
Why is it older men want younger women?
I don't know. A lot of them do though, and a lot of younger women want older men, which I know a lot of.
I know why.
Yeah, they want money.
The lady that I'm dating right now is 80 years old.
Right? Yeah. I like her. She's nice.
She's been having a lot of problems health-wise. Bless her heart.
Well, I hate to hear that.
The burial service for the elderly woman climaxed with a massive clap of thunder, followed by a bolt of lightning.
Dang.
And then there was more thunder. And her husband said to the pastor, who was shaking, he said, well, she made it.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Now, this is not me. As I shampooed the carpet, an elderly client began to tell me what a wonderful woman he recently, his wife had died just recently.
Right.
And he said, bless her soul, we had 35 happy years together. Then he paused for a moment and he looked up and said, that's not bad out of 50, is it?
Ooh. It ain't good either.
Carol and I were married 60 years and 7 months and 10 days and 4 hours.
Is that not crazy? He knows it exactly, really.
I know when we got married. I know when she died.
I know. It's amazing that you
It's
know
not
all
amazing.
that.
I said I was there when we got married and I was there when she died. So I know.
Yeah. You got a good memory.
What was so amazing, Dr. DeBrill told me on the day of December the 18th at 6:15 a.m. I was up there at the hospital, stayed with her. He said, today will be the day your wife will die. At 6:15 p.m. she breathed her last breath. I had my hand on her chest.
Wow.
That's how I happen to know.
Well, I mean, I remember because, you know, sometimes people hang on until everybody tells them goodbye. And I remember her doing that. She held out for Eddie Albert, tell her bye. I remember that. That's the part I remember the most.
I gave Carolyn permission to die 2 days before
We all
she
had
died.
to do that, yeah.
And
But we all done it, but he hadn't got to yet. And it's amazing that she hung on until he said it, and then the next day she passed away.
I was thankful that Carolyn didn't have to help bury Eddie.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
You
that
don't
would
want
have
to
been
bury
too
your
much for
children.
her.
You don't want to bury your children.
No.
Most businesses like that our credit card machines automatically print on the bottom, thank you, please come again.
Yeah.
But he got a complaint. One guy called and said, can you take that off of my credit off my credit card? And he said, well, yeah, but do you mind asking you why? He said, well, our business is a funeral home.
Oh, that makes sense.
Don't work out too good.
Tell us one more, Pop.
Well, I saved this one.
Did you?
An inspirational speaker. His name was Dr. Wayne Dyer.
All right.
Still remembers the card his kids gave him for his 64th birthday.
Wow.
The front said, inside message from God.
Oh, wow.
And the message said, see you soon.
Ooh. I don't know what to say to that one. That's a good one, too. You've been on a roll on the jokes, too, lately, Papa.
But you know what? At 87,
Those were good.
at 87, I wouldn't mind God saying that to me.
Yeah, but he's not, so you're going to go on and you're going to be happy about it.
I got a phone call before I came up here. A woman called me, would remember my Sunday school class, and wanted to know what I thought about heaven. Should will people know each other in heaven?
Yes.
That was her question.
They will.
And then she said, do you think people that are in heaven can see me and what I'm doing and cry? I said, no.
Well, they're not going to cry about it because
No,
there's
I
no
said,
tears in heaven, are
There'll be
there?
no tears. Revelation 21.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be no tears, no sorrow, no crying,
I know.
no
Peace.
pain, and no death.
Yeah. Be
Revelation
nothing
21.
but peace. Yeah. You're right. And yeah, I firmly believe you'll know them. There's been too many examples of it. Too many people having near-death experiences. You know, I've told you about that before, and none of them want to come back. You know, like God tells them it's well, He tells them it's not your time yet, though, and they don't want to come back. But of course, they have to. But they all see their family and friends and people that they knew. They all say that.
The drawback to that is this.
Mm-hmm.
Angels are created beings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You have a personal guardian angel. Matthew 18:10 tells you that. And the Bible tells us in Revelation that there are 10,000 times 10,000 angels plus
so endless supply.
So there's an innumerable number of angels.
Yeah.
But we're going to have the responsibility as children of God to judge angels.
Oh, really?
Angels are created beings. We become children of God if we're Christians.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't believe. Well, the Bible says that we'll
judge angels. I didn't know that.
We'll judge. The Bible tells you that, but I don't believe we'll have a. I don't believe that we'll have a male and female. I don't believe there'll be sex.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you may not have it in heaven, but it says you know them as they were. So I do believe
it says you will know as you are known. How are you known?
I think you'll know that they're a man or a woman, but I don't think they may. You know, I don't think they're going to.
What
on the other thing, I don't know.
What concerns me deeply is I was married to Carolyn all those years, and then I was with Patricia for 5 years. What is Carolyn and Patricia talking about?
You should be concerned about it. They'll be ready to gang up on you, Papa.
But what about people that are married twice, 3 times?
Well, I know that it's going to be a little rough for them, I guess.
Jolene's been married twice. The lady that I'm dating, she's been married twice.
Yeah, and like it plainly says, you'll know them as they were.
But to back you up, on the Mount Transfiguration, they recognized they recognized Moses, and they recognized Elijah.
Yeah.
Moses represented the law, and Elijah represented the prophets. But they were not. And when the rich man died, he saw Lazarus.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And Abraham. He recognized them. So there's validity for knowing each other. But
well, and in that there's a book that I've read, and it's a movie. This little boy goes to heaven.
I've read that.
He saw people that there's no way he could have known what they looked like. And when he talked about it,
do you age in heaven? Do you age in heaven? See, I don't know.
I think you would. I don't think you would be.
Because you're going to be there. You don't spend eternity.
I don't think you age.
You don't spend it, but you will be in eternity for eternity, every long that lasts.
Which is forever. It never ends. So I don't think you do. No, I don't.
Okay. I'll shut up.
Well, okay. I didn't tell you to, but all righty then. Well, we appreciate you guys tuning in on WAT and watching us here on Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV. And check us out. Also, don't forget BTC Fiber YouTube page. And get on there and subscribe. And folks, if you don't make it to the game tonight, you can listen to it live here on WAT.
Yeah.
Mike and Bradley will have the call. Kickoff is at 7 for the Big Bledsoe Sequatchie game tonight.
Root for Bledsoe.
That's right. Hopefully we'll be talking about them next week with a big win. But thanks for joining us today, folks. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great week.
So long.
Hey folks, Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18 BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks everybody for watching.